who the MVP is going to be of MVP. It's going to be Lucira.
As you'd expect. It's been a long time since he's done an interview. What was the reason behind your slump? I was lacking in skill.
Straight up.
So in the last set, you did an all-in and took your team to victory. So you said he was thinking of doing that build coming to that match. He knew Creator was going to come out. It wasn't going to be Creator. He thought maybe it would be Keen. He knew the Prime coach was going to trust Creator. So he prepared that all-in build for Creator. So he's getting a lot of help from Choya in practice. He's gained a lot of confidence from him. Kanata said your ZVZ wasn't very good recently. That might have been why you were slumping. That's kind of what we were saying after he lost to Hyun.
Yeah. In practice, I'm really confident against Zerg players, but I made a few mistakes. But he makes some mistakes before getting into the macro games, which he's very confident in. He loves to go to those macro games that he's very confident in, so he just needs to stop making those mistakes early on in the game. Did you expect this kind of play from Keen in this match? A lot of Terran players are playing very aggressive these days. So he has to play safely in order to win against Terran players these days. So it was a safe build in order to get that third expansion, you guessed it, safely, and just go from there. When did you feel that you had won the game? It was when the Banelings blew up a ton of the Marines up there, the Baneling landmine he's talking about, that wasn't on camera there for a second.
Yep. And just playing safe.
And after that, I brought all my attacking units, and I just brought them all into Keen's base to finish him off.
Pretty straight up here, pretty straightforward.
Keen did a lot of harassment, so he couldn't really get that 3 o'clock base too easily in this game. So that was why he went for the 11 o'clock hidden base up there in the top left.
Worked out really well for him. So he got all the extra money to make all those Banelings. Rolling in.
He was able to scout his opponent with his drone. And Creator missed his force fields, was able to kill the sentries. He knew when his Zerglings surrounded the Immortal here, that's when he thought he won the game.
Yeah, well, that's the moment I knew he won the game. These cannons get canceled here as they're...
A lot of Zerg players don't use this build in recent matches versus Protosses. So the Protosses don't expect this kind of build, and they are not very prepared for it.
Now, even though Creator knew there wasn't a third base, he was able to then prepare for this type of build, but still failed in the execution, which is the big problem here. Creator did a really good job of actually searching the base of the probe. He kept sending his probe in to actually see what was going on, and he was able to figure out my build, but he just made a silly mistake, and so he was able to take that win.
Story of Creator's life in this matchup.
Really is. So you're the same ranking as Spenu now. Spenu's third. You guys are fourth. We're talking about their wins and losses. What's your goal in the remaining matches in the third round? So I always do my best preparing for Pro League matches in practice. I'm going to stay doing that. So if he and his teammates just improve, they can take more games, take more wins. And keeping it pretty basic today. Any comments to your fans? Or anything to say to Kanata? I didn't show my true skill recently. I'm going to try my best to show better performances in the future in Pro League. He doesn't want to say much. He just wants to show it through his games. So congratulations to our MVP today, Lucira. Brought his team to that victory.
Yeah, it's very important that he played well today. Even though, going up against Prime, it's not the hardest opponent, but he looks solid. And here's to hoping that he'll play better in the future, because he was really the ace player for MVP for a long time. Kind of fell off, had that slump that they were talking about, but let's see if he can come back and kind of bounce off of these couple of victories today and really carry their team, because MVP is actually pretty close to getting into the final playoffs. And the whole scheme of things, they are not too far off.
Well, they're really not. Next week, we're going to have KT versus CJ. That should be a pretty good match. Then we're going to have Prime versus SK. And that one, not going to lie to you guys, probably not so much. But at least Prime has another shot. Maybe Creator can play a PvP against, say, Classic or something and take a win on maybe even Cactus Valley or something like that. You see those rosters unveiled on Friday. But here's the most important part. You're going to be here doing this on Thursday, Valdez.
Me and Moonglade will be casting Classic versus Stats, a best of 7 to decide the final finalists. The second guy to make it into the Spenu Star League Finals. It's going to be between Classic versus Stats, a PvP. Bit of a Telecom Derby as well. Classic from SK Telecom, Stats from KT.
Yep.
The winner, a couple 6 matches.
Yeah, and the winner goes up against Dream, so the finals are going to be a TVP no matter what. Dream going to see if he has a better chance of winning against a Protoss in the finals rather than beating Maru, which had some trouble doing.
Yeah. Well, today was an interesting day. A lot of fun back-and-forth matches. Even in that last one, it was a bit more fun than I expected it to be even.
Yeah, definitely so. Be sure to follow the two of us on Twitter. I'm Proxy Wolf. He's Brendan Valdez. And, hit us up. We love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, and definitely come down to the studio if you got any time. It's very easy. It's free. Don't miss out on that opportunity. Definitely make room in your life to do that. But, guys, that's going to be it for us for StarCraft tonight. We'll see you next time here at SPL20TV.